I'm pretty sure that the Minnesota Vikings right now are the leading cause of heart failures and heart problems in like the entire U.S. right now, because it is never easy with this team. It just, even when they have a 20-6 lead at halftime, they just can't just make it easy on themselves. But overall, they come away with a 27-22 win over the New York Jets at home. And boy, oh boy, do we got standouts in FIZZOUTS, because everybody has their own edition of winners and losers. Ours is standouts and FIZZOUTS. Standouts because players that stood out, and then FIZZOUTS because pop. Yes. Oh, there we go. Yep. Never can get that right. But overall, pop is the greatest thing since sliced bread. We think it should replace all water. Make sure you guys let us know what kind of pop you guys drink in the comment section down below. Is it Coke? Is it Pepsi? Mountain Dew? The Diet Dr. Thunder you get from Walmart for a great value brand? Let us know what you guys drink down in the comment section below. But as for this game between the Jets and the Vikings, it was interesting. It was absolutely interesting. So we'll talk about the standouts here. So I was struggling with deciding where to put Mike White on this, because he had his team in multiple positions to not only score a touchdown, but Greg Zuerlein, whoever had Greg Zuerlein as part of their fantasy team, did really well. Man scored like 16 points. So yeah, he did really well for you. But Mike White finished the day 31 of 57 for 369 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So I'm going to put him as a fizz out, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it more. Yes, because I forgot about those 2 picks. But I guess the first standout we could talk about for the Jets, it has to be G-Dub. Garrett Wilson, 8 catches, 162 yards. Like, the Vikings just had no business stopping him. Like, they could not figure it out. He was just an absolute madman on a tear there. So you got to give him the love and the credit there. Other standouts, you got to talk about the defense. Like, Sauce Gardner and all those guys did a really good job on Justin Jefferson. We'll talk about him in just a second. Also, Quinnen Williams had a sack, definitely another standout. Carl Lawson also had a sack. So, they won the sack category against the Vikings. Also, I know that Dalvin Cook had 86 rushing yards. The Vikings ran for over 100 yards, but that secondary is just nasty. They just did a fantastic job against the Vikings, and it was very apparent. Other standouts for the Jets, you got to give a lot of love up to that offensive line. You only allow 1 sack between Za'Darius Smith, Danielle Hunter, and you didn't even allow a sack between those 2 guys. So the O-line played pretty well. I would have liked to see them open up the holes a little bit better. I know Zonovan Knight had that big carry, and by the way, Knight finished the day with 15 carries for 60 yards. The Jets also ran for over 100 yards. It is what it is there, but overall they cleared some holes. They did some good things, and the Jets were able to get some things done in that regard. Other standouts, yes, I thought Corey Davis had himself a really good game as well. He's the veteran, does this thing, 5 catches, 85 yards. Ty Johnson, also that receiver out of the backfield. CJ Uzomah, I was expecting a little bit more out of him, but it is what it is. The Jets really did make a comeback and really did make a game out of this, so you got to give them all the love and the praise there. FIZZOUTS for the Jets. Yeah, those third down conversions. What were you, 3 of 16? Yeah, we'll look at it right here. Stats, yeah, 3 of 16. Not great. Not great at all. Also 2 of 5 on 4th down. Like I said, it was not great. You also you doubled the Vikings penalties, so I guess it is what it is there. But yeah, you got to be able to stay on the field, and if you're the Vikings, you want to make sure that they are not on the field in that regard either. But overall, the Jets, third down conversions, also 4th down conversions played a role in that too. But it is what it is there. Also, we forgot about Greg Zuerlein. Dude's an absolute stud. Easily got that record. What was that, 60-yard or whatever it was? Yeah, definitely. Definitely a standout for the Jets there. Also, I felt like the run defense, like we talked a little bit about, the Vikings ran for over 100 yards, and Dalvin Cook and company, like, there were holes. They were able to get the yards that they wanted, but, it is what it is. Also, Braxton Berrios dropped that touchdown, that surefire touchdown there that would have given the Jets the lead there late in the game. But, man, it was kind of heartbreaking overall. But, as far as the other FIZZOUTS, it's really hard to choose. DJ Reed, I know he kind of went at Justin Jefferson there, but they did a good job on him, so there's really not a lot else you can do. Really, it is, you want to talk about FIZZOUTS, you talk about, 5-6 trips to the red zone and field goals pretty much every single time. So, yeah, the Jets offense, they've got to get a lot of things figured out, but they're going to be a really good team. As for the Vikings and standouts, yes, Kirk Cousins, I know that probably most people won't agree with me on this, but, hey, I got nothing but love and respect for Kirk Cousins. 21 of 35, 173 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. Dalvin Cook, also another standout, And the thing, I'll actually go back to Kirk Cousins here for a second. He wasn't amazing, but there was times like he took shots pretty much the entire day. Also weaved his way, like somehow kept its footing and was like a pinball, like the announcer said, getting that first down on 3rd and long for the Vikings. So you love it. You know that he's just a leader in there for the Vikings, and you love to see it. Delvin Cook, 20 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. Alexander Madison also had a rushing touchdown, that 14-yarder. Love it. They need to give him the ball a little bit more. Jalen Reagor continues to just justify the reason that he deserves to get the ball more. Had a carry for 8 yards. Also had that deep bomb shot from Kirk Cousins in triple coverage. I'm not bitter in any way, but also caught that 30-yard bomb. Justin Jefferson, I'll give him a standout, okay? 7 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. It is what it is there. You got to love the guy. It just continues to bring it every single day. TJ Hawkinson, also another strong day from him. 4 catches, 33 yards, and really is that big guy over the middle for the Vikings. Eric Kendricks, another standout. 14 total tackles. Oh, how can we forget about Harrison Smith and Cam Bynum? Those two. So Cam Bynum had that original pass breakup. I think it was on Corey Davis, like one of the first plays of the game on 3rd down. And then Harrison Smith picked it off and tried to lateral it, by the way, to Patrick Peterson. But, I mean, that was awesome. But overall, you got to give standouts to Harrison Smith, who had 8 total tackles on the day, and that pick. Also, Cam Bynum called game, 7 total tackles, as well as that interception there as well. Jordan Hicks and Eric Kendricks flying around making plays. Patrick Jones II getting that sack and making some noise with it too. So I was really excited about that. I felt like, he just continues to justify the reason that he needs to be on the field more. So also KJ Osborne was definitely a standout for me. Now I know, he only had, I think it was, 2 catches, 17 yards, but they were just very important catches that he just continues to come away with for the Vikings. The interior offensive line also, you allow 2 sacks, yes, but if you look back at those, that was Quinnen Williams going against Blake Brandel, so it is what it is. And I think it was both on the outside there. So the interior offensive line did a pretty good job. I felt like they definitely deserved a lot of credit. Also, Vikings 3rd down defense, yes, and late game defense, calling game there. Definitely standouts for the Vikings there, finding ways to get it done. Caleb Evans, another guy, I know he left with a concussion, but he continues to step up when the Vikings need him. Yes, did he get picked on a little bit when it came to Garrett Wilson? Yes, it is what it is. He's a first-round pick for a reason, and he's going to be a superstar in this NFL, excuse me. So, but you got to get a lot of love out to a guy to that of a Caleb Evans, excuse me. The run defense as well, like that 48-yarder by Zonovan Knight. I think it was a bad angle there by Eric Kendricks. It is what it is, but you would like to see them button that up a little bit more. So, let's see your other standouts and FIZZOUTS. I got a list I got to show you guys. I would say that the Vikings defense definitely stepped up today. But other than that, yes, I think that's it. But as far as FIZZOUTS for the Vikings, that second half offense, you talk about multiple drives going 3 and out. The Jets have 5 or 6 drives. I know the defense bailed them out, but this offense has to be able to. Like the Vikings have not been able to put a full game together yet, and that's probably the most frustrating thing. Danielle Hunter in coverage, stop it. Just stop it. Don't try to put this man in coverage anymore. Just let him go get the quarterback. Everyone guarding Garrett Wilson, pretty much. Like, I know we talked about a Caleb Evans kind of getting burned there, but it was Duke Shelley, Shondon Sullivan, who also missed that huge tackle on, I believe, also was Garrett Wilson or Corey Davis or whoever it was. Actually, I think it was Wilson. But the point is, yeah, Shondon Sullivan didn't have a good day. The Vikings secondary, I mean, anytime that a guy has over 20 catches for, and 20 yards per catch, is never great. But the Vikings did it. They came away with the win. And at the end of the day, they sit at 10-2 atop the NFC North. We'll see what goes on. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below. We would love to cover. But let us know about your guys. Did we miss anybody with standouts and FIZZOUTS? Let us know what you guys think about which pop you drink. Is it Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Diet Dr. Thunder? Is it just some brand that we have to try? Let us know in the comment section down below. And then finally, let us know what you think about our latest edition of Standouts and FIZZOUTS for the Minnesota Vikings versus New York Jets matchup.